This is the Four-Man Rush. Hello, Panther fans, and welcome to another podcast of the Four-Man Rush. I'm your host, Timmy V.O., here with Kevin and Larry. That's right. Missing Will this evening. I believe he's tied up with some business and things of that nature. So, you know how it is. You got to make that money. And speaking of making that money, if you guys haven't subscribed to the Four-Man Rush podcast on our many platforms, whether it be Podbean or Apple Podcast or Stitcher or Spotify, all that good stuff, Google Podcasts, please subscribe. We appreciate you guys. So, we're going to talk briefly about the Detroit game. That big fat ego we gave Detroit. We're going to talk about that for a little bit. Just a quick brief once over. And then we'll talk about the upcoming Minnesota game and heading on out to Minnesota, to their new stadium, if I'm not mistaken. And be our first time seeing Minnesota on that field. I believe all time, I think we're like 3-6 or something like that against Minnesota. So, we'll see. We'll see what's up. Possible CMC news. We'll talk about that too. And, we'll talk about some Panther football. So, hold on to your hats, folks. It's on the scene. Dig it. Let's get it, fellas. Larry, we'll start with you, man. What'd you think about the Detroit game?
Well, I'll start by saying it's the first time I've seen a shutout in a few years. That was very exciting to watch. I've seen a dominant performance on all three levels. Secondary played well. And I think it's a pretty bright surprise to see your whole front seven play pretty well all game long. It's in the league that we're in today where it's geared around scoring points and passing the football. For you to pitch a shutout, that's an accomplishment no matter where you at in the standings. When people see that zero on the other side of the scoreboard, that's something that the team should be really, really proud of. So I definitely want to start being able to see that. It's like every week it's something to improve on. Every week somebody messing up. So just to see a complete game from all 11 guys plus the reserves that come in, I was really pleased with that. And I'll pass it off to Kevin and just feed off of what he's got to say.
Kev, what you think about the Detroit game, bud?
Yeah, as far as it goes for me, what I think about the game, I just see one of the first dominant defensive performance we had since the year of the dab in 2015. Last shutout for the Carolina Panthers was November 2015 when we dropped 38-0 on the Atlanta Falcons. So that was, so it's been a long time coming. Only the second shutout of this season. Everybody knows that the rules have been geared towards offensive production. So, for regardless of what team it is, you get a shutout in 2020 in the NFL, that's something that should be commended, not watered down because of who the opponent is. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time Detroit been shut out since Stafford's rookie year in 2009. So, so I had to dig deep for all this shutout information. But overall, I was just pleased that, this team just, overcame injuries, started the game with two starters on the offensive line missing, Okun and Miller at right guard. And then shortly after I think in the first quarter, Dennis Daly, who was filling in for Miller, went out as well with a concussion, which brought back Schofield, who hasn't played since week 2 of the season, since that week 2 loss at Tampa Bay. So, got in there, didn't miss a beat. It says 1 sack for 0 yards. How that come across, I don't know. But, hey, I'll take it. As far as like from protection wise, run game had its moments, particularly up the middle. I was very pleased with the run blocking aspect, particularly from embattled center, Matt Paradis. I was pretty much watching him live, and when I got the access to the All-22 yesterday, I was definitely looking at his performance. And Larry, we all about them trenches, man. And that was one of the better consistent games I've seen from Paradis from front to back, and he had no light work in front of him. Big Danny Shelton is not no little boy who's definitely a playmaker, and he had his ways with him. Now he lost a couple of rounds to him too now, but as far as consistent from first to fourth quarter, Matt Paradis was definitely putting in that work. So, just for me, I just enjoyed seeing, how the trenches on both sides affected the game. We kept PJ Walker clean, allowed him to do his thing, 24 out of 34, 70%. And defensive line finally woke the hell up, sack party. 5 quarterback sacks, 11 quarterback hits, I believe 7 quarterback pressures on 33 dropbacks. So nearly about every time Stafford dropped back, we was humming and coming for him. So overall, I was just glad to see the trenches dictate the game on both sides, and that's what led to the results that we had.
Particularly, what I've noticed about our defensive front is they did a whole lot. See, I don't know if people know about the Detroit Lions, but they have really one dominant player on the offensive line. That's Frank Ragnow. Now he's the center, so what he has to do is get out all the calls to the other 4 linemen that are blocking with him. What I noticed Phil Snow do is he specifically schemed around that. A lot of the things that were happening were stunts on the edge, stunts off guard, and what you notice is there was one particular play where Jeremy Chin blitzed. Shaq showed blitz, but he backed off in the coverage. And then Jeremy Chin blitzes. It makes the left tackle key in on him. So that one false step that the left tackle took to try to key on Chin, Brian Burns with a speed rush right to the quarterback, sack. So it's like schematically, I was really impressed with what Phil Snow did, because I guess it takes time to try to get a little bit fancy with your blitz packages and stuff, because there was a lot of vanilla stuff that was going on in the beginning of the year. But what I saw yesterday was plenty blitz packages that they just couldn't. It wasn't that our men were better than them up front. It's just you saw a lot of bad communication. And from our perspective, we've seen a lot of that with us all year long. Blitzes up the A-gap, unblocked, confusing along the offensive line. It just felt good to enforce that on somebody else. Like if you watch the Detroit Lions offensive line all game long, they just looked confused. Even coming out of halftime, they didn't make the right adjustments. Everything was just confusion on that part, and just allowed us to run free.
Yeah, we took advantage of it.
Definitely. That was Phil Snow, man. People make fun of him because our defense is so at the bottom of the barrel, but I see progression from not just the players every week. I'm seeing progression from the coaching staff as well. So I just got to commend them on that.
Yeah, it was definitely good to see us taking advantage of that tackle in loop stunt that we've been getting beat on. It was good to see us come through. Gross Matos with his sack, that's what he came in on. Started on the outside and looped around between a guard and a center, and was able to get in and to get on his sack. So yeah, man, it was just good to see us, eat the big piece of chicken per se. You know what I'm saying? Defensive line wise, like it felt good. Like okay. This is what y'all can do. And I just like to see how they build off this performance, moving forward.
Right on. Speaking of which, we're going to have a damn good opponent to do it with. Minnesota folks, say what you want. Yeah, they lost to Dallas. And Dallas has had a boo-boo season. But if you look at the stats, now I'll pull up the stats here in a second. If you guys look at the stats, Cousins got off. Cook got off. Thielen got off. Don't trip, folks. We're gonna have our hands full with this squad. That's for damn sure. Heading to Minnesota, 1 o'clock game, and shit. Well, we'll talk about what we need to do to win this game, folks. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, we'll talk about the trenches first. Larry, what do we need? What does Minnesota have that we need to worry about from an offensive line standpoint?
Garrett Bradbury, I believe the 19th overall pick, 2019 draft. He was definitely at the top of our board. If he was going to be there, we were definitely going to try to take him if we couldn't get the guys that we took. But he gives you a lot of Ryan Khalil vibes. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's very, very agile. Ran a 4.8 40-yard dash. And he's shooting almost 300 pounds. So it's like, what he does well is he doesn't beat you with strength. What Derek Brown is going to have to understand is that this guy is going to come at him with the right angle. and he's going to be fundamentally sound. So Derek Brown has to build off his performance that he's been doing all year. You just watch growth from him fundamentally. Last week, you saw him use the club rip move to get a quarterback hit. He's going to have to bring his best pass rush moves, and he's going to have to be fundamentally sound if he wants to set the tone on the defensive line against Garrett Bradbury. I also want to touch on something. I know people will probably look at the Vikings record and be like, well, this team is just like us. You know, they're a pretty bad football team. But at the end of the day, this is going to be one of the most talented rosters we faced all year long. A lot of their struggles, they started off real slow. I believe they started off at 0-4, 0-5, but they had a lot of obstacles to overcome just like we did. For one, they're starting 2 rookie corners. One guy that was hot on our board was Danzler. He's their starting rookie corner on the other one, on one side. And I believe the other guy's name is Jeff Gladney. He's the other rookie corner. But they got 2 rookie corners out there, you know, just taking their lumps, kind of like how our guys are doing. So they had a pretty slow start. And that's tough because if you look at it league-wide, almost all the defenses had slow starts. And the Vikings are a team built around their defense. So that's a lot to do with why they started off slow. But as it comes together, when we step out there on Sunday, we're looking at one of the most talented rosters, top to bottom, offense and defense. So we got to bring our A game.
Kevin, trench warfare. How we going to get over this, man? I guess you want to come from an offensive standpoint, a defensive standpoint.
You know, I can speak on either or, but you know, since Larry was just talking about the offensive weaponry for the Vikings, so I talk about them defensively. Like, you know, what we're going to have to face up front is going to be one of the more solid defenses on all 3 levels that we're going to come across here. You know, they play a lot of guys in rotation here. We'll see a familiar face from Matt Rule. I think his name was James. I think it was Lynch, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, Larry. I think that was his name.
Correct.
Lynch from the Baylor, the D line that can play tackling in.
Shit.
Yeah, but I think he's on the team for the Vikings. So you know,
is that 6? Is he like 6'7", 6'8", something crazy measurements? Is that guy?
Yeah. Him and Bravion Roy, they were they were the linchpin for that Baylor defensive line. Like I said, this is a guy I'm thinking about. It's definitely someone to be a cause for concern. But, you know, primarily when I think about the Vikings, I look at their linebackers and I look at their secondary. One of the most versatile safeties, Harrison Smith, you know, someone that come to mind.
Anthony Harris on the other side. They got 2 solid safeties.
Yep, definitely. Also, they got Kendricks as well. So, you know, they got some players that, you know, if we not ready, they gonna take advantage of it. Best believe that. Like they started off 1-5 here, and then they just basically ran through everybody in their division to get themselves back into the race before taking that L Sunday to Dallas at home. So, you know, I just think that, you know, for the Panthers, depending on, you know, how healthy is Okung going to play? Likely not. You know, I think he done cashed it in. So it's going to be another week for, you know, Trent Scott, you know, to get his reps at left tackle, which he played all reps this past week against the Lions. I think he only gave up like 1 hurry, no sack. So that was good on his part. That was good to see that from him. But yeah, I just think that offensively, we got to run the ball on these boys. You know, in spite of what we was talking about with the talent, you know, they are successful against the run. You know, they gave up 180 yards rushing to the Cowboys. I think Zeke had about 120 and Pollard had about 60. So, you know, we can come off the ball and take it to them consistently. The opportunity is going to be there for whoever's going to run the ball back there. We'll talk about that in a moment, like you said, Tim. But I just see us, you know, using a run to set the tone, dominate time of possession. You know, have Kirk Cousins with this offense sitting on the sidelines with Dalvin Cook. here. But yeah, I just think running the ball should be something that we definitely do, because as we know, this is the return home. This is the homecoming game for Teddy Bridgewater. So I don't think there's a demon in hell that's going to keep him from not trying to play in this game.
Right.
Yeah, you also got to keep an eye out on their free agent acquisition from Jacksonville. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's Odenibo, or something like that. But he's one of the premier edge rushers in the league. So Taylor Moton and Trent Scott will have their hands full on Sunday. Definitely.
Hold up. Didn't he get traded to Baltimore? Like, didn't he go from Jacksonville to the Vikings and then went to Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken?
I'm pretty sure he's on the Vikings staff.
Yeah, okay.
He's on their current roster. That's what I can tell you. That's what I got pulled up right here. Unless it's not updated.
Yeah, he's on it. Number 95.
Yeah. Afidi Odenibo.
Yep. He had a was a half sack, or he had a tackle assist against Dallas.
Yeah, he's got 2.5 sacks in a year, so
Yeah.
he's no slouch.
Nah.
No. This ain't him, because I'm looking up his stats. He was with Arizona, becoming to Minnesota last year. So he's not that guy.
I thought the same guy.
I know the one you're talking about. It starts with an O as well, but it's not the same dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good for us.
Right, that part.
Man, so let's talk about Minnesota's secondary. I mean, I know they have a pretty good crew at safety and things of that nature. If Teddy's going to be playing, are we going to be able to, take advantage of, getting Robbie on the 9 route, or getting DJ, catching the ball in the middle of the field, getting some yaks? Is that going to be a thing?
2 rookie corners to pick on. They're definitely talented. Jeff Gladney and Danzler, they're talented guys, but again, they're rookies, so they're still learning, just like our rookies are learning. So there's going to be areas of opportunity to take advantage of. So I definitely look to attack the outside. Maybe coming over the middle might not be the best choice of action when you got 2 premier safeties out there, but if you can attack those 2 corners, it might be a big day for Teddy.
And go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, and another thing about the Vikings defense, they stingy as hell on third down. The Vikings, they're third, and with the 35% third down completion conversion percentage, which is 4th best in the league. So, we definitely got to make sure that we stay ahead of the sticks on first and second down, and not try to get into many third and long, hell, even third and medium, situations here. Like I said, I would love for us this will be a good game to use the run and use play action pass and to take advantage of this defense. Cause that's pretty much what Dallas was able to do, to throw up 31 on them boys, just overlooking it here. They fed Zeke, and that allowed them to be in position. So, hey, this is a copycat league until you show that you can stop it. Definitely, because we got to keep Dalvin Cook ass on the sideline. I mean, him and Derrick Henry on chasing after this rushing title.
Bruh.
Cook already has 13 rushing touchdowns already.
Bruh.
He got 1,069 yards. So we need for him, to have several seats on that sideline, and definitely time of possession is definitely the way. The way that we should attack this team, and they're good, but they're beatable. Cause like I said, they didn't. I know Larry said they came over a lot of obstacles, but you are what your record says, and that just a few weeks ago they was at 1-5. So I know we was just at 3-7. So it's not like we're coming in a position to where we're expected to dominate, but what I'm saying is another chance, opportunity to win. I see this as a winnable game for us.
Definitely a winnable game, and technically neither team is out of the playoff picture, so you got to fight hard till you're mathematically out of it. So I think they're going to put their best foot forward regardless. We got to do the same exact thing. Another weapon we ain't even talked about yet is Justin Jefferson. I know he's a rookie. Since you want to talk about touchdowns, he got 11 of them things already. So, and you know how our corner situation is looking. So we definitely got to get I don't think it's going to come down to us finding a corner that can contain him. We just got to get to Cousins, because when Cousins is rattled, he's a below average quarterback. So we can find a way to get to him, like how we just got to Matthew Stafford. It should be a very winnable football game for us.
And for Larry, ain't this a house divided game for you? Ain't your pops all out Vikings fan? Like, so what kind of bets y'all got going on, man?
Well, I just told him to listen into the podcast this week, because we'll be talking about the purple oatmeal eaters. So, purple oatmeal eaters, we got to go put a beating on them. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of trash talk this week. Almost daily, I get text messages 5, 6 o'clock in the morning talking about these Vikings. So I'm pretty much ready. It's two games that I hate. I hate the Falcons. Everybody know how I feel about them. But I think second in line is them Vikings. I know they're not a division rival, but they're a league rival for me, because my dad is a diehard Vikings fan. I had to live with the Vikings since I was 2 years old. I had to watch Vikings football when they were bad all through the early 90s. Then when Randy Moss and Chris Carter came into their own, that's when they were exciting to watch. They choked away. They're like the choke team of the league, because I think they got 4 Super Bowl appearances, no wins.
Yep.
They had an opportunity to go ahead and get to the Super Bowl, and they lost to the Saints when they were the favorites. They lost to the Falcons in the NFC Championship when they were the favorites. So, K's up on the Vikings. We're going to kill them Vikings this week, man.
And another thing, one of my favorite all-time throwbacks is with the Vikings. When Steve Smith did, when they had the boat incident and he scored a touchdown and he got on like he was rowing the boat when they had the sex scandal on the boat on the boat. Man, bro, every time I think about the Vikings, I think about Steve Smith that game. And who was that cornerback? Was it Fred Smoot that was talking all that noise before the game? And Smitty had to. Yeah, I think Smitty retired him shortly after that.
Bruh, he be doing it, man.
Man, I was just like, yeah. So every time we think about the Vikings, I always think about Steve Smith scored a touchdown. And he had like he was in the boat, man. That was too funny.
That dude, boy.
But yeah, we owe these boys because we I can't think of the last time we won in Minnesota, because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Teddy beat us his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken? Because I remember
They came to Charlotte and beat us one time too, to be honest with you, because I had to hear his mouth for several weeks.
Yeah, and then I think we went up there back-to-back years. What was that time? That was 2014 when we had the 2 block punts. They blocked 2 punts for touchdowns on us.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. And then we was playing outside when they was before they had that stadium built, and it was like at the university, and it was like frigid. Like, man, man, we long overdue for a win up there. So we got to have this one, because this will get us back to what? If we can get this win, this get us back to 5-7. And like you said, we still not mathematically eliminated here. So, hey, we got to get it.
Growth. It's a beautiful thing, folks. Growth. Now, I was at I don't know if were you at that game too, Kevin? Minnesota came down and Cam broke that long run at the end of the game.
Yeah, in 2017, yes, sir.
Yeah, that was
that's when he juked out. What's that safety? I don't think he had safety. It wasn't Harrison Smith, but Cam put that left foot down and then went to the right, and then just it took off.
Disrupted.
Huh.
That's his name. Yeah. You went out on us, Larry.
But yeah, what was his name again?
Man, I can't. It started with a B. It was a funny name. I can't think of it. Damn.
Yeah. That's all right.
But yeah. That was Cam broke that bad boy for like 70 something yards.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? 2017. Yo, that was the game where Burson caught and got flipped.
Oh, bro. Cam throwing it high again.
Boy.
But hey, Burson. Peace out to Burson, man. That dude got it. I don't care what anybody say. The man can catch the football.
Oh yeah,
I don't
definitely.
care what anybody say. Come here, man. But anyway,
right.
But yeah, we owe Minnesota, bro. We owe them. We owe them heavy.
Damn right.
And we want to get that payback, cuz we're gonna get that payback. It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I think look like we lost Larry here. I hope he can jump back
Yeah.
on. But
yeah, folks. Well, Sunday 1 p.m. Is that right, Kev?
yep, Sunday at 1 p.m. And
Word.
we got word right before coming on that somebody might be practicing this week.
Now, who was that? I can't remember. I can't remember who that was, Kev. Who was that?
What is that? I think they call him Marshall Chalk.
Marshall Chalk.
Let's see. Dang.
They sound like that old hip hop group from the 80s. Run.
Dang.
Not GMG. What? Run.
Charlie, Mike, Charlie.
Run CMC. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
That Run CMC guy. Might have heard of him. So what's the news, Kev? Is he practicing, and what's going on?
Well, according to the report that was that I saw on Twitter right before coming on here, it says that Christian McCaffrey is expected to practice this week. So that would now, of course, you got to go a long way to get cleared. So let's not get but so excited. But yeah, if we can get him back along with Bridgewater, and because we're gonna need all hands on deck. Because like I said,
all of them.
We got to dominate the time of possession on this one. We got to make Cousins feel like that he got to win it with his arm. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hoping for.
If we make Cousins try to win it with his arm, he gonna throw us a few picks.
That's right. That's right. We got sticky fingers in that secondary. Well, them young boys can catch that rock now. Watch out. Watch out.
Ain't gonna lie, I'm just mad a man with 3 fingers got more interceptions than our secondary right now. John Pierre Paul had another interception last night. I'm like, this dude.
He doesn't have all his fingers. How the fuck is he catching all these footballs?
Man, he got 2 interceptions. I mean, that's I think Dante got 3, but don't nobody else in our secondary got. I think Chin got 1. I don't think Trey got none. Burrs don't have none.
Jack got 1.
Sue Butler don't have none. Well, no, Troy Pride ain't got none. Corn ain't got none. Like, how 3-card Monty getting the damn interceptions, but our damn defensive.
I mean, dang, bro.
That's why Dante Jackson is so valuable to me, man. If anything, he's a ball hawk. So I hope he getting the treatment that he needs because we miss him.
What's up? You can't discount his sticky fingers, man. That ball comes his way, he's gonna get his hands on it. That's a pick.
But shout out to the defense form. Was any point during the game, did y'all ever feel like, man, we missing Dante out here today? Like, did that ever even cross your mind, to be honest? Because I'm sitting up here thinking, like, I know he didn't play, but it's like, I couldn't remember at one point watching the game where I was thinking, like, man, miss Dante, Man,
that D-line was, I mean, and you know what? You gotta give him credit, too, because they were covering. Some of those sacks were coverage sacks.
Oh, yeah,
definitely. So, I didn't feel like, oh shit, where's Dante? I didn't feel that way, but when he's healthy and he plays with good technique, he's a hell of a player. But yeah, I didn't. No offense, Dante. We didn't miss you on Sunday, homie. Get better, get well. Take care of that toe, man.
And I like to think that was one. I think that was the best safety performance by both safeties that we had all season by both Burris and Trey. So
real talk.
Whatever they did the last week of practice, keep doing it. It's only weird if it don't work, folks.
Amen. Yeah, keep it up, fellas. Keep it up. Real talk. Man, it's week 12 already, folks. Man, this season's just flying by. Wow. Coming up. Here we go. Can we get another W? Any score predictions? You have a score prediction, Larry?
Yeah, I think it's going to be high scoring, 31-27 Carolina.
Oh, 31-27 Cats. Kev, what you think, man?
I think this defense, that game had woken up our defense. I'm gonna keep it tight to the chest here. I'm gonna say Carolina. I'm gonna say Carolina 27, Vikings 17.
Ooh, clamping it down. Interesting.
Yeah, my prediction goes just off of more so the scores that the Vikings have been putting up this year. They've had a lot of high scoring games. I guess the way the tone gets set, it's just like it's always back and forth. But I still got us getting the edge, 31-27, man. That's it.
One thing I've noticed about our team historically, I know we're on the Matt Rule. It's like once we had a slow start getting set, it's just like we get on. Once we had that breakout, it just starts an avalanche. Like they just start coming in droves. So, Larry, let me ask you this: outside of the center, Salisbury, who else on the offensive line should do they have that we should be, I guess, concerned about from a defensive line perspective? Because I couldn't think of nobody when I looked at that lineman that really had me like, I think good, but I don't see no one that can't get that work.
They don't blow you out of the water. They just got a lot of solid vets like Riley Rife. I don't know if y'all know him, but he's played on both sides of the line. He's just a solid vet, and
he's from Iowa, right? Wasn't that the one from Iowa?
Correct. And then you got Dakota Dozier. Nobody to blow. They don't got no Pro Bowlers, man. That's what you're asking. They're definitely the leader of that unit is definitely Garrett Bradbury. And that's saying a lot because this is his second season, but he's still playing good football right now.
And we can't leave out the savvy vet. They still got old Kyle Rudolph.
Definitely. He'll definitely eat you up if you get past them linebackers. So, but we didn't even talk about I know somebody would be killing us right now if we didn't talk about this guy. But I'm gonna go ahead and shout out JD and let him know that we realized Jermaine Carter had a pretty good game. Jermaine Carter's been pretty solid. Definitely an upgrade from what Whitehead has given us this year. So
just saying.
Played sideline to sideline. He was solid in coverage. We call him Mr. Special Teams the past couple seasons. So to see that type of growth, that's just like I said, more confidence in the coaching staff. You're seeing growth all over the place. So I can't even complain, man. I'll take it.
Yeah, because I remember when training camp was going on, Rule thought highly of Carter, and we had jokes. He was like, "What's the special teams?" Because he was talking about he wanted to be his goal is to be voted on the Pro Bowl. We're like, bruh, Luke Kuechly just vacated his spot. If you ain't got the type of much out like, hey, that spot mine, that's along the lines we was thinking. But I mean, yeah, you're right. He definitely stowed up. So again, I just like to see what kind of confidence this defense is going to come out with this week after that performance. Was that their awakening? Like, are we getting ready to get on our typical Panther strong finish, towards the end where we done figured this shit out? So
right.
I know you love to be the optimist, and I feel you. Like, I want to see this growth, but I also realize, there's a lot of dysfunction in Detroit, man. It's always been, like I said, a lot of those sacks we had was because of their miscommunications and things like that. We just came out we were just more prepared than they were. So I still see us I still see us trending up. But, we get another shutout or something like that, then you might be talking something to me. But other than that, I do see us getting better and better every week. So no room for complaints at all. Definitely something we should build off of. And, you guys play football. You have a dominant defensive performance like that. It gives you confidence going forward.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
This is probably a lot of big chests walking around the locker room. And when you're a professional, you're not just going to hype off that one performance. You actually try to build off of it. So, You're absolutely right in a sense. I'm going to be optimistic with you today. Say I do expect us to have another dominant performance. I'm just leaving it out there. I'm just letting folks know Detroit is dysfunctional. It was just they played bad too, so it was a combination of both.
And I'm looking at Ross here. I know I was talking about Kyle Rudolph, that other tight end they got out of Alabama, Irv Smith Jr. I see he only had 2 catches for 23 yards, but he was someone that, college-wise, he did pretty good at Alabama. Like, I mean, having affiliation knowing the Vikings, like, have you heard, how's he been like this season? Like,
No, I don't know much about the young boy, to be honest with you. So,
gotcha.
what I will say is, let's not make him a famous name against Carolina.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't let this be his get-off game.
Yeah, he a second-round pick from the 2019 draft. So,
slaps there.
Yeah, so he was hardly thought of. When you think of Alabama, you're not too quick to think about tight ends per se. So for him to
yeah, because OJ Howard was a bust.
yeah, that part. But
But yeah, bro. I mean, if Adam Thielen doesn't play, then that's something that I would definitely look out for, because you got to get the production from somewhere.
Yeah.
And we gonna key on Justin Jefferson. So if you can contain Rudolph and you can contain Jefferson, they're gonna look for another option. So let's just hope it's not him.
Right, because I put up his season stats. He started off strong, even though they lost to Seattle and Atlanta. He had 5 catches for 64 yards against Seattle, 5 catches for 55 yards against Atlanta. And then after that, it's just 16 yards against Green Bay, 10 against Detroit, 23 against the Cowboys. So, like I said, let's not pump life into something that's slowly dying on its own.
Pump the brakes on that.
And another similar trend. Before the Vikings lost to the Cowboys, I think they won a 3 or 4 game win streak too. So they're going to definitely try to get back. They coming out to play. And like I said, they feel like they're not out of the playoff picture, so they're gonna give us our best effort.
Yeah, because they won at Green Bay and at Chicago, so they know Punk Beach.
They know. They will play, folks.
Yep,
they will play. Well, man, heck, let's keep your fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure you tune in that game and watch them Carolina Panthers get down. It might be something that we'll be like, damn, shit, this is the team right here. Let's do this. So young, so it's high hopes, man, high hopes.
Yeah, and for you folks out there, because it may be, I hope that's not in the format, but if there's anybody out here that's hoping that we don't win but so much for the draft status, stop that nonsense, please. Please don't be that fan that's hoping the team doesn't win but so many games so we can quote have a top 10 pick. Like I said, we got Brian Burns with the 16 pick, DJ Moore with the 24 pick. You know what I'm saying? I want to see this team evolve and grow. And like I said, we're right on time for one of those late end of the season stretches where we're playing good football. So even though it's a new coach, new system, I like to think that same pattern can keep going.
And at the end of the day, casual fans may not realize it, but actually learning how to win football games, that's way more important than draft picks. Way more important than draft picks. Actually learning how to win close games. So you want to try to win out. I don't think about draft picks until I'm mathematically out of it. That's just how I look at things. So until they tell us we have no chance at playing in January, I'm looking for our best effort every week.
Real talk. Good habits, man. Good habits. That's the way you should grow. Absolutely.
Yeah, winning is definitely contagious. So you messing around trying to lose for draft picks, that's how you become franchises like the historic Browns and the Dolphins, tanking for players and stuff like that. You tank for all that talent, you get that talent, you don't even know how to win.
There you go.
So what's the point?
what's the fucking point? You got to fix this before the body follows, man. Anyway, yeah. Life lessons, folks. You're welcome. That's how the 4-man rush rolls. All right, gentlemen. Any party shots?
K's up on them Vikings this week. I know my dad is listening, and he won't owe me a 12-pack after he take this loss.
Hey.
And if we lose, I'm gonna owe him a 12-pack of Miller High Life. That's his beer. So I don't drink that garbage, but that's his thing. He a Miller High Life guy.
Enjoy that, Pops. Enjoy that.
You can get me a 12 of Bex.
Kev.
As always, I want to thank all the fans and listeners of the 4-Man Rush. As always, we will never take it for granted. We're gonna always shout you out because without you guys, we wouldn't have the joy that we had to do what we do. With them, when we're looking at film, when we're doing our thing, when we're sharing on our social media accounts, our thoughts. I mean, we're doing this because we want our fans to feel like we got y'all best interest. So appreciate the consistent growing support because we're still growing in numbers. Last I checked, so glad that even through a rebuild year, that the 4-Man Rush is definitely pushing forward. So check us out on all of our streams. Definitely our Twitter. We be having Twitter jumping, boy. Twitterverse, Twitter fingers. But yeah, definitely just want to just thank everybody that's listening to the 4-Man Rush. Just thank you guys. Real talk.
Yeah, right on, man. Well said.
And this will be out before the big Turkey Day, so everybody have a happy holiday. Stay safe. And
stay dangerous. Stay safe, but also stay dangerous. You heard?
Whoop.
Click, clack. I'm going to leave it at that.
The life and liberty, man. It's worth defending. Believe that. All right, folks. So, happy Turkey Day. Right on. So, whether you're listening to this in the morning, afternoon, or evening, or on Thanksgiving Day, we appreciate you guys for listening to the 4-Man Rush podcast. Please subscribe. It would help us dearly because, subscribers equals numbers, and numbers are good, apparently, these days. So, and plus, it'll make us feel good. It'll just really make us feel genuinely good to see, subscribers coming up on our stuff, man. All right, Larry, appreciate you, brother.
Y'all keep pounding.
Yes, sir. And, appreciate you guys. Spread the word. And be sure to check us out for the post game right around 7 o'clock on Sunday. We'll have the live feed up so you guys can chit chat on the stream, and have some statistics for you guys to maul through before we log on and all the good stuff. So, man, just constantly give you guys information so you can check out what's real when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. Not skepticism, not skeptical stuff, not just just people just guessing about stuff. Nah, man, we're logical, factual, credible. Remember that. So, all right, folks. Peace and blessings to you. Don't eat too much turkey, but eat all the stuffing you can. And as always, keep pounding. And that's a clear. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, Tim, you familiar with the...
I'm just taking time to really let it breathe. So baby, just chill. She love it. We out in public and we can just chill with my partners, and we can go back to my crib and just chill under covers and do we call me and you lovers.
The 4-Man Rush is brought to you by the love and respect of and for the Carolina Panthers and Carolina Panther fans everywhere. Keep pounding. The 4-Man Rush is a non-affiliate of the Carolina Panther organization. All thoughts, assessments, and content of this podcast is directly related to the 4-Man Rush exclusively. Thank you.